Mark Cuban is known as being the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks, worth over $4 billion. This comfortably puts him in the Forbes 400 list. But how did he get there? Mainly from a few very important and very lucrative decisions. But Cuban was a wealthy man in the making all the way back to college. From plucky student to opportunistic entrepreneur, through to very shrewd businessman, Cuban has been one step ahead of the curve when it comes to tech, and especially when it comes to tech combined with sports. We're going to chart the rise of Mark Cuban and his bank balance, exploring just how he made his billions. Remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel to see plenty more luxurious videos like this one. But for now, let's take a look at how Mark Cuban became a basketball billionaire. Cuban had a modest early life in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. His father, Norton Cuban, was an automobile upholsterer, and Cuban Jr. has described his own mother, Shirley, as someone with a different job or different career goal every other week. Clearly, he didn't see his mother as a role model, as he started his entrepreneurial focus at a tender age. Cuban was only 12 when he sold garbage bags to pay for a pair of expensive basketball shoes. Little did he know at the time that he'd be owning a team one day. Years later, he earned money by selling stamps and coins. At age 16, ever the opportunist, Cuban took advantage of a Pittsburgh Post-Gazette strike, making money by running newspapers from Cleveland to Pittsburgh. Then came the 80s, when shoulder pads, synth pop and Dallas were on most people's minds. But not Mark Cuban's. He had money on his mind, and while still at college, scraped enough of that together to buy a bar. At the time, he was studying for an undergraduate degree in business administration at Indiana University. The bar cost him $15,000, which he managed to claw together. A professor at the university confessed that he'd never seen anyone, let alone an undergraduate, have a business while still in school. Mark used his business savvy to turn the bar into the most successful student bar in town. This was yet another sign of Cuban's business ambition being put into practice versus his peers, and a sign of what was to come. After graduating, he went back to his hometown in Pennsylvania and took a job with Mellon Bank and immersed himself in the study of machines and networking. Then came after a move to Dallas and a bar job to get him on his feet, after which he took a step into the tech world that would become his domain and main source of wealth. He became a salesperson for Your Business Software, one of the earliest PC software retailers in Dallas, and was fired less than a year later after meeting with a client to procure new business instead of opening the store. This time, Cuban's entrepreneur spirit was working against him, but undeterred, he started his own company, Micro Solutions, using his old client base from Your Business Software. Micro Solutions was initially a systems integrator and software reseller. The company was an early proponent of significant technologies in the 90s, such as carbon copy, Lotus Notes, and CompuServe. This was Cuban's first big break, and the company grew to more than $30 million in revenue, and in 1990, Cuban sold Micro Solutions to CompuServe for $6 million. He made approximately a third of that after taxes, just for himself. So he did what a lot of 32-year-olds would have done. He retired. We're about halfway through the video now, so just a reminder to like the video if you're enjoying it, and remember to subscribe to get the latest videos on luxury straight to your inbox. But now on with how Mark Cuban made his money. After buying a lifetime pass from American Airlines, 5 years of exploiting it, and racking up as many countries as possible, Cuban decided that he wanted to make a return to business, and he timed this return perfectly. It was 1995, and the world was about to be engulfed in a dot-com bubble. The internet was becoming a thing that exclusive businesses used to something that almost everyone would have in their home. During this time in the mid to late 90s, many of the biggest companies in the world had their start, including Google and Amazon. Cuban's love for basketball drew him to work with Indiana alumni on broadcasting university basketball online, via a radio channel, which at the time was one of its kind. The site grew and became Broadcast.com from the original name of AudioNet. Several sports and fashion channels later, and the site's stock soared, leading to a sale to Yahoo for over $5 billion in stock. This was at the height of the boom in 1999. Cuban saw the bubble bursting, so wisely started to liquidate his Yahoo stock to protect his assets. After surviving the dot-com burst in the early 2000s, Cuban raised eyebrows with a bold move. A lifelong basketball fan, Cuban channeled his boyhood obsession of raising money and using it to invest in the game by buying the Dallas Mavericks. It's an understatement to say that the team weren't the best at the time of the $285 million takeover, so naturally Cuban accepted a challenge to turn their fortunes around. In the 20 years before Cuban bought the team, the Mavericks won only 40% of their games. In the 10 years following, the team won 69% of their regular season games. The Mavericks eventually won the NBA Finals in 2011, with Cuban at the helm, completing what would have been a lifetime ambition. Around this time, Cuban made his first appearance on the investment program Shark Tank, in which he competes with other high-profile investors to win a stake in the companies of some opportunistic startups. As of May 2015, he's invested in 85 deals across 111 Shark Tank episodes for a total of $19.9 million. He's been a very popular personality on the show, and this, along with his other media appearances, has boosted his profile, which has contributed to his massive net worth. Alongside this and the fact that his investments do sometimes pay off, for example, according to ABC, Mark invested $1.75 million in obstacle course company Rugged Maniac during their Shark Tank appearance. An investment group purchased an 80% stake in the company in 2018, after which Cuban sold his stake for double the original amount of his investment in the company. Another shrewd move typical of a man obsessed with business since he was young. So what do you think of Mark Cuban? What should he invest in next? Why not let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, give us a like. If you want to see more top quality videos on luxury, be sure to hit that subscribe button and you'll get the latest videos straight to your mailbox. Thanks again for watching and stay luxurious.